They'll probably say, where exactly are you going with this? I see you really trying to take it there. Old school flows chew you out, ain't fair. Jordan pants.
Yo, what up, YouTube? It's your boy, another Zard back at you. But anyways, buenos días a todos. I just wanted to get into something that you can tell from the title exactly what this will be about. I might go into other things, but for the most part, it generally be based around exactly what the title is, and it's about DOs and the fact that they're so prevalent on YouTube now and on social media that it's kind of funny. Like, I think people are so not afraid of the consequences of their actions that they're just out here blatant about it. I had a few incidents that happened to me not that long ago. See, like I haven't been on YouTube just due to the fact that I know people get tired of just hearing me talk. So what I was trying to do is branch out and set up a couple of interviews, some with some controversial people that would be considered controversial due to the things that how they see things in life in general, and then other ones were just I wanted to cover their life story, you know what I mean, because a lot of them have a great outcome, and that's what I want to bring to the audience and to homies that have been living this life and just kind of feel like after doing all this time and doing all this this shit on the street, it's like there's no real way to go but to continue doing the same thing that you did before you got busted, and pretty much how we've been doing our whole lives. A lot of people look at me and be like, this dude is 40 years old and has nothing. But obviously, I don't know if you've been paying attention, but I'm not a baller, but I'm not broke. You know what I mean? There's a roof over my head. I go to sleep feeling good every night. Outside of the fact that, your boy's a little twisted, but, now that I got this little CBD, it's controllable. But, I mean, if you did over a decade in prison and just seen the things that, most people that are incarcerated for that long see, then you might need something. But I went in twisted anyway, but that's besides the point, because that actually helped me get through like all the things I had to go through, just being that type of person. But what I want to talk about is the fact that I set up some interviews. I set up 4 to be exact. A few of them turned out to be DOs, and there's one individual in particular that's on 23andMe, not that raging dropout dude. Like that dude, I'll tell you straight out. Like I went on his channel because it just popped up on my feed because of 23andMe. So when I clicked on the channel and I read raging dropout, and then I just like, okay, let me see from his point of view what he's talking about. And for the most part, the things that he mentioned, I won't say I found funny, but it's just like everybody tries to justify why they do certain things, but at the end of the day, it all leads back to the same thing. You couldn't handle it and you folded. When I heard his story on 23andMe, he basically said, about his girl, and then she was going her certain way and he didn't want to lose her. He folded and he was looking for a reason to fold. But now that he's on YouTube, and this is not to bring no awareness to his channel, because at the end of the day, they're so prevalent. They're prevalent in prison. They're prevalent on the street. A lot of guys that you walk around in the street, a lot of them are DOs. They just dropped out and don't want to live the life no more. And for the most part, I understand those cats. Not understand them, but I can kind of be like, okay, you couldn't hack it, so you gave in. The thing I can't understand is why they continue to be so flamboyant out here talking about things that they didn't want to go through in the first place. It's like, if you chose to give up on the life, why continue to glorify it? Why, and not even necessarily glorify it, but the fact that you weren't able to hang with it, why would you continue to want to talk about it? Like the cats and the few individuals that were supposed to come on my channel, a few of them folded off the back. They never told me why they folded, but I kind of got a general idea why they didn't want to come on the channel. And for the most part, all of them, I gave a chance to be face to face so I can actually not on camera, because as far as like on the internet and from a different state, I wanted to sit down face to face with these cats and just really pick their brain, not knowing that these fools were no good. I just thought these fools had interesting stories, and then certain things people were trying to point out, but I was trying to figure it out myself, whether these dudes were actually no good or just they slipped up and said some, everybody messes up, but these guys turned out to be PCs. And one guy in particular told me straight out, he was on 23andMe, real popular on the way he talked, real articulate. But he told me straight out, like, I noticed from the gate when I asked him for the face-to-face, he was kind of like, well, I'm not going to speak on this, I'm not going to speak on that. I have no means of going to you where you live at. So I then turned and told him that, hey, I can go where you're at, you know what I mean, and basically do the face-to-face, you know what I mean, because the camera is good, you know, not just do it on the internet like 23andOne did his, seeing that I'm in the same state as these cats, you know what I mean. But he declined, and for the most part I pretty much already knew why he declined. But you know, it's like, what could I really do? But he turned around and basically told me that he was a DO and I have no real reason to interview a dropout. And see, I didn't know that though. There was key things that kind of gave me an inkling, but I still wanted to do the benefit of the doubt to explain himself and maybe to combat some of the rumors. But he chose to fold in the end, and for certain reasons. His reasons was, you know, as people were starting to threaten his family. But understand, if you're on the internet and people know that you're a dropout, there's some people that's gonna feel some type of way about it. Me personally, I don't really care, because at the end of the day, dude was not from my barrio. I'm not going out of my way to try to find this guy. Like I said, I'm 40 years old, dude. I'm about to be 41. I have no time to be searching, cleaning up other food's trash that ain't even from my barrio. Like the dude, the raging dropout. You know, all I did was made a comment on his channel and asked him, like, hey, you know, now that you're out, why would you want to be on the internet showing your face and speaking on certain things? His response was basically, he felt that the youth, and you know, was being, I guess, led the wrong path, that he wanted to just whatever. To me, it's like this. At the end of the day, people just want to be known. That's all it is. 2-5s do the same thing. They'll try to blend in on the yard as long as they can, because they want to feel that sense of being still in the mix, until they figure out fools are going to find them out and they bounce. That's their whole get down. A lot of people to this day, I got homies from they were from my bottom that are no good, that they still try to be out there. But I mean, understand that they skate in a certain way. They ain't out there just on Front Street because they know fools will roll up on them and get them. But you know, they still want to feel like they're strong and they're a part of something. Don't get me wrong. Just because dudes PC up don't mean that they, like, in my eyes, if you PC up, you're still a bitch regardless. But they're not, don't take that as if that they just won't handle their biz. It's just when somebody calls him a bitch, is because you couldn't hack it and you gave in. Plain and simple fact. Are there killers on that side? Oh, there's a gang of them. And there's fools that'll rip your throat out if they got the chance. There's some riders on that side. They just didn't see it the way other people seen it. And they no longer wanted to adhere to certain rules, so they folded. And in their eyes, they don't see it as folding. They just say, I don't want to do your shit no more. I don't want to live by your outlandish standards or shit that's, you know, that they consider way out. And for the most part, you can feel sorry for them, and that's cool. That's on you. Every person is entitled to his own opinion. But at the end of the day, you're a fucking criminal. You chose the life you chose, so you gotta live with it. It's like me. I got busted for shooting a motherfucker, and that's just, you know, I got a long criminal history, and I pay, and every time I got busted, I had to pay for it. It's like, you did the crime, you pay for it. So why should I, as another human being that was out there being a criminal, feel sorry for another motherfucker that probably done shot somebody, stabbed somebody, robbed somebody, dove fiend and stole from his mom, beat his grandmother? Why should I feel sorry for another motherfucker because he no longer wants to participate in the program? At the end of the day, that makes you a weak individual, no matter which way you cut it. And I'm sure there's a few PCs that's gonna come on here and feel some type of way about it. But at the end of the day, you do the crime, you do the time. If you can't beat it, do the time. You don't have to be out there wilding. There's plenty of people in prison that did absolutely nothing, haven't put in no work, and they skate by. There's a way to skate by under the radar. I've seen people do it for years and never once been to the hole because they know how to skate by. I see people on the internet talking about PCing up like it's just the thing to do. It's not the thing to do. Understand, when I tell people it's not the glorified prison, because there's nothing glorious about it. It's just you're locked in a cell with another individual, not knowing exactly his mind state from day to day. And it's proven people get high, lose their life because they trip on their cellies. It's so much that goes into prison. I would never try to glorify it. But understand this, we are all a slave to what we represent. the whole reason why I made this video is because people been putting me in particular situations that could get me crossed up, and when I react a certain way, they don't understand it. Look, it's like I said on one of my Instagram page. If you're a PC and you know eventually I'm gonna find out you're a PC, regardless of when it happens, if you're in front of me when I find out, I'm gonna rush you regardless. And it has nothing to do with, oh, you're too old to do this. No, you put me in the situation to where I have to react. When I see a peseta on the street, I don't know if you're a PC. I'm not going out on my way to go run fool's paperwork. I don't care about that. But if you put yourself in camera in front of me and I'm interviewing you and you turn out to be a PC, I got to get you. That's just the way it is. It's not me being under anybody's rule or nothing. That's a mind state. We've been programmed to operate a certain way. So since you're a child molester and I'm no longer in prison, do I let you pass? No. If you're in front of me, I'm gonna get you. Like I don't care how I'm just gonna get you. And and people can say all day, Zai, you're too old for this. Yeah, my whole thing, like when it comes to race and this, I think everybody should be cool. I think everybody should be able to get money. I think everybody should just look beyond the bullshit. But now as far as you putting yourself in a certain position, you chose to do crimes. You chose to eventually get busted due to your actions. The fact that you folded and could no longer handle yours is your problem. There's nothing you can say forced into a situation. I've seen it all. I've seen fools get crossed up for no reason. But at the end of the day, it's called universal karma. Somewhere in your life, you did something to somebody that warranted that action. This is for every action, there's a reaction. So when people be like, oh, well, you know, you should be more understanding. No, because at the end of the day, this face, this skin complexion ran in a, how should I say? This skin complexion should have prevented me from running where I ran, but it didn't. And I had to handle what came along with that, and weather every storm and weather every dislike, and homies feeling some type of way, these fools feeling some type of way, and I was turned up, and it almost got my ass stabbed a few times, but I still stayed regardless and never folded. And that's why I can't understand another fool folding, and especially you got cats folding over 50 papers. Like, okay, you were gonna get stabbed, so what? You chose that. You're a dope fiend. You chose not to be able to pay your debt. You got God. Plain and simple. So, and this is not to put any negativity out on the thing, but look, do me a favor. If you're a PC, don't get at me to interview you, because if you're in front of me and I find out, I will rush you. Just plain and simple. And that's not being negative. That's just being Zod. And that's any righteous homie that's really about that work, regardless of what age you are. That you never lose that. Do I go out looking for you? No. But can I let you be in front of me and not rush you? No. I have to get you. And that's a fact. So with that being said, hopefully you want to enjoy the rest of your day. Sorry if this video went down one of those rabbit holes, but it's just, I'm just trying to, because incidents have been happening and fools thought that they could be in front of me and get interviewed and don't get rushed. And I tell you, you're regretting that action. But for the most part, I'm your boy Zod. And I'm out.